I'm really interested in this vertical integration, this vision that you have in what is an incredibly fast-growing and ever more legal market. There's talk about, of course, this creating opportunities for black entrepreneurs in that industry. How does a more equitable future look like in cannabis?
Well, thank you very much for having me. This is an historic day. There's very rarely happened in the history of U.S. business that an African-American entrepreneur gets to participate meaningfully in the development and shaping of an industry that's going to grow to be a $100 billion industry by 2030. For us, a more equitable industry is one where there is diversity throughout the ecosystem. And so that's part of why we're so excited to have a platform that is vertically integrated, from growing to processing to distribution to retail. We are going to be able to empower suppliers, vendors, partners that come from all places in the economy to be able to participate in this fast-growing industry.
Why Cresco Labs? What about this particular asset?
Well, when we initially started to look at the cannabis industry, we had conversations with many different players in the space. And through that process, we got to know Cresco very well. And I eventually had the honor of joining the board of Cresco. So I knew it was a very high quality leadership team with strong assets and a very strong business. When Cresco announced the acquisition of Columbia Care, I saw it immediately as an opportunity for us to enter the industry with scale, given that Cresco was going to need to divest some assets. And so I immediately recused myself from board responsibilities and began pursuing this opportunity. And as expected, the assets that we will acquire through this transaction are high quality. Both Cresco and Columbia Care are world-class operators and have been great throughout this process.
How much of an opportunity is Tuesday, midterms, the legalization on multiple state ballots and the opportunity to capitalize on that?
Well, what you see over the last few years is that Americans largely are in favor of more reasonable points of view on cannabis. And this midterm will be a key point. There are, I believe, 5 different states that have marijuana on the ballot, and we're reaching the tipping point where more than half of the states in the U.S. could have legal cannabis, and that's significant because that will enable and push the federal government to take a different look at a space that should be treated much differently. There's really no reason that marijuana should be classified the way it is. And once you change that classification, it opens up a lot of opportunities. And there are real significant barriers to entry, particularly for minority entrepreneurs. If you look broadly, access to capital is a huge problem for minority entrepreneurs in general. In cannabis, it's doubly so because of the unique factors and complexities around entering the space. And so we're looking forward to regulatory change over the long term as we build the business.
Talk to us about where we are in the economy at the moment, because you make this deal at a pivotal moment from a point of view of politics, but also a point of view of economics. And we are entering a slowdown. You've built and defined a group of assets with Diddy that, of course, includes music, entertainment, spirits, fashion, media, many of them pretty cyclical. Tarek, how are you feeling about the economy?
Well, look, we see the same factors that everybody else is facing, the rising inflation, the pending recession. And one of the things that we benefit from with our ecosystem is we have the ability to look across our platform through our different businesses and extract unique insights that are not only available in their direct businesses, but they're available across our platform. So as we see consumer preferences changing, as we see consumer buying habits changing, we're able to make changes real time across the portfolio. And so as we think about this particular space, we believe we're going to enter it not only with the benefit of Sean Combs's unique ability to create brands in dynamic industries, but also with the ability to have insight and data that other players in the space just don't have. And we think that creates a huge creative advantage, a competitive advantage for us.